We designed the tours around the food, but the tours themselves are still Wing Luke educational tours. So we talk about local and regional history. We bring in ancient history. We talk about dumplings from 3,000 years ago. We talk about archaeological sites, all these little layers. But we tie it back to the families that brought their recipes here. We share their stories and the success of those particular businesses, their approaches to business. The tours are fun. They're exciting, they're dynamic. We tell funny stories, and then every single one of the education team, we each have our own interests. When they're talking about a particular dumpling, their eyes might light up a certain way. So much of the city focuses on the new restaurant and how well they make authentic anything. But you come down here and it's $8, $4. Why wouldn't you want to try it down here? It's made just as good. We have a group that comes every single season. And they've already done all the tours, but they know we go to different places. They come down here regularly and eat at the restaurants they sampled. So they're what we're trying to do. That's the audience. People who are wanting to come back down here and make this part of their regular life. We have families that we've watched the kids grow. We start to see the faces, and that builds community. Having them come back and hear the words, "Best summer camp ever!" And this last Lunar New Year, one little girl was like, "I don't know." What don't you know? Is it going to be as fun next year? Why? Are you having good? "Oh, I'm having a great time." And so those kinds of responses, that's what we're looking for. I think the overall goal is to share the stories of the Asian Pacific American communities here. There's a lot of pride here, and it's worth keeping. How do you keep the integrity of the neighborhood that has been built up? How we get people to listen, how we get them to experience that changes. But the goal is to share those stories so those stories will never be lost. We can lead very deep historical conversations around race and immigration and violence in this country. We can talk about human trafficking. We can talk about all sorts of topics that are very, very serious. But taking on equity, sometimes to get to that point, you draw people in, they become familiar. And when they become familiar, they take ownership. When they take ownership, they see their place within the museum, within the activities they're doing. That's changing people's minds.